Right, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things, and welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about some booktubers and booktube videos I've been really enjoying lately. So I made one of these recent booktube highlights videos back in May, and my intention was to make them pretty regularly, but I just haven't managed to get around to making another one since. But I have been keeping a list of booktubers I've been enjoying and specific booktube videos that I've really loved, so I thought I would finally get my act together and make a video here. I'll link my video from back in May down below, but in today's video I want to talk about some of the booktubers I have discovered in the last 6 months or so, and some specific videos that I've loved in the last 6 months or so. As I said, this video is a long time coming, so some of the videos I'm going to mention today are really recent and some of them are a few months old now, but hopefully you will bear with me. They're still great videos. So before anything else, I want to talk about a few booktubers who I have discovered in the last few months, who I haven't shouted out yet on this channel. The first person I want to talk about is Nicole from Noteworthy Fiction. I can't believe I've only been watching her channel for a few months. She feels like she is one of my staple booktube channels now. I watch nearly all her videos. I really love her content. I feel like I've been watching her for ages, but apparently I haven't. Nicole has a wonderful channel. She loves classics, so if that's what you're here for, then I think you will probably enjoy Nicole's channel a lot too. But she also reads historical fiction, fantasy, and various other things. I just really enjoy her video making style and her thoughts about books, so I'll leave a couple of her videos down below to get you started. I'm going to link down below a video she made called Best Classic Literature Books to Read, where she gives some great recommendations of classics, and I'll also link down below the ranking she did in Victober of all the Wilkie Collins books that she has read, and which I really enjoyed watching, even though I feel like we have slightly opposite opinions on which Wilkie Collins books we love and don't love. I just really enjoyed that video, so I'll leave that link down below, and like I said, Nicole's channel is wonderful. I also wanted to mention Carla Likes to Read, who is another booktuber I feel like I've been watching for ages, but apparently haven't. I think I probably discovered her during Jane Austen July, because she was taking part in Jane Austen July, and I just really enjoyed her videos in July and have been enjoying them since. I really enjoy Carla's channel. It's very calming and engaging, and I'll leave a few of her videos down below. I think I'll leave link down below her July wrap-up, where she talks about everything she read for Jane Austen July. I know that is an older video now, but if you are interested in Jane Austen and surrounding things, then I feel like you'll enjoy that video. And I'll also link down below her recent autumn book recommendations as well. I also wanted to mention Michelle Kelly Reads, who is another booktuber I've been watching for the past few months. I just really enjoy her videos. She likes classics, historical fiction, fantasy, and much more. She's also a writer, which I always find interesting. So I'll leave a few of her videos down below, including her booktube newbie tag and her book recommendations for Neurovember, which is a readathon all based around representation of neurodiversity within books. So those three booktubers I have been watching for quite a few months now, and then the next lot of booktubers are more recent discoveries for me. I think the next three I all found kind of in September when I was looking up Victober TBRs and kind of looking for more people who were taking part in Victober. So the first person I want to mention of that set is Roy Reads Anything, who has a really wonderful channel. I can't believe I've been watching him only for a couple of months, because I really love Roy's videos, and I feel like I've got to know him on Discord, and he came along to the booktuber meetup we had last month, so I feel like I know him quite well now, having only been watching his videos for about 2 months. But Roy's channel is such a joy. As his channel title suggests, he does read anything, but he does read quite a lot of classics, or at least I suppose because he was taking part in Victober and read quite a lot of Victorian books, he has been talking about classics quite a lot in the last couple of months. I also just really enjoy the style of Roy's videos. His wife Jenny usually sits behind the camera or off screen and just interjects from time to time in a way that I really enjoy, and I just really like his videos a lot. So I'll leave a couple down below of his Victober videos, including his Victorian Literature Journey tag and a video he did on yellowback novels, which was fantastic. And then another booktuber I discovered just before Victober is FKA Jackson Tally. He's relatively new to booktube, and I just really love his channel so far. I discovered him through his Victober TBR, and then have just been really enjoying all of his videos lately. He likes classics, literary fiction, and much more, and he also works in theatre in the US, which is really cool. So I'll leave down below a couple of his Victober videos as well, including his Victober wrap-up and his ranking of the Bronte's 3 most famous novels, which I thought was really interesting because he ranks it on a lot of interesting different criteria, so definitely recommend that video. I'll leave it linked down below. The next booktuber I wanted to mention is Vera Reads, another channel that I discovered just before Victober through their Victober TBR. I just really love their videos. They're so fun and engaging, and their videos just have such like a wonderful energy to them. I really enjoyed their sort of regular reading updates during Victober, so I'll leave a couple of those linked down below, and also a video called The Struggles of Being a Mood Reader, which I really enjoyed as well. And then finally, before I move on to individual videos, I wanted to talk about one other channel I have discovered very recently, and that is Reading with Ren. She has literally only just started Booktube like a few weeks ago. I think she's only posted 2 videos so far, but I really enjoyed them. And her first video was a dual review of David Copperfield and Demon Copperhead. She's a fan of Dickens, so obviously I'm very excited for her channel and to watch more of what she does. I'll leave that video down below, and also her second video, book recommendations for daylight savings, about kind of books that stand the test of time. I'm just really enjoying her channel so far, and I'm excited to see what she does next. And then I wanted to talk about some great videos from over the last few months. And because, as I said, I haven't made one of these videos for ages, I do have some Jane Austen July videos I wanted to mention. I know it was a long time ago, but also I thought these videos were great, and I didn't want to just like not mention them just because it had been a while, because I still think they're great videos, even though it is no longer Jane Austen July. So during Jane Austen July, there was some amazing content. Marissa from Blatantly Bookish, who co-hosts Jane Austen July with me, made a wonderful video with her husband Andy talking about Sense Sensibility. I really, really enjoyed that one, so I'll leave it linked down below. And our other co-host, Claudia from Spinster's Library, made a wonderful video ranking Pride and Prejudice covers. I really, really enjoy Claudia's videos tearing apart the weird covers you get of classics over time. They're just always excellent, excellent fun. Tilly from Tilly's Shelf also did a truly fantastic video about pregnancy in Jane Austen's novels, which I highly, highly recommend. I'll leave it linked down below. Such a fantastic, insightful, interesting video. And she and Ros from Scally Dandling About the Books also did a video talking about Jane Austen and humour, which is really worth a watch as well. In general, I always love the videos that Ros and Tilly do together, and this one was fantastic. And then one other Jane Austen July video, Nicole from A Day of Small Things did a fantastic video about The Rivals by Sheridan, which was really influential on sensibility, so I highly recommend that video. In general, I always love Nicole's videos about drama and the theatre. She makes fantastic videos about plays, so if that's something you're interested in, you absolutely have to go and watch Nicole from A Day of Small Things. Over the last few months, I've also been really enjoying watching people's videos about literary prizes. In general, the only literary prize I really properly follow is the Walter Scott Prize for historical fiction. I don't follow along with the Booker or the Women's Prize or anything like that, but I always enjoy watching people's videos about it. I've especially enjoyed the Booker Prize content from Ben Reads Good, especially his predictions, a video filled with maths and statistics and a really excellent formula for how to predict the Booker Prize longlist, which I know again was quite an old video, but it was so fantastic I wanted to mention it anyway. As I said, I don't really follow the Booker Prize because I know it is kind of in general a bit too literary for me, but I have really enjoyed watching other people's reactions to it and seeing what everyone thinks. I was also very excited that Orbital by Samantha Harvey won. So I haven't read any books on the long list, but the two from the shortlist that I do want to read are James by Percival Everett and Orbital by Samantha Harvey. And I've actually read all of Samantha Harvey's previous books, just not Orbital. She actually taught me on my creative writing masters that I did a good decade ago now, and she was fantastic, and I've loved everything I've read by her. She's one of those literary fiction authors that I don't find too literary for me, so I'm really excited to try Orbital at some point soon. But anyway, that's a tangent. Another thing I really enjoyed a few months ago was everyone's reactions to the New York Times Best Books of the 20th Century list, which I know many of us had not heard of a lot of the books and didn't like a lot of the books, and I just really enjoyed seeing people's reactions to that and how it kind of provoked discussions about what best books are and sort of what books do and do not get included in those kind of lists. And one video discussion I especially enjoyed on this was a video from Jack from Spread Book Joy discussing kind of like best books lists in general, and also looking back on a list or a prize that happened in 1997 that was Waterstone's Best Books of the 20th Century. And Jack talked a lot about that list and kind of people's reaction to that at the time, which I just found really, really fascinating. So I really do recommend going and watching that video if you haven't seen it. And then I have a bunch of other individual videos from the last few months that I have really, really enjoyed. Some of these are very recent, some of these are not very recent, and then we'll get on to some Victober related videos at the end of the video. So one video I really enjoyed from a few months ago was Brian from Bookish's video, Why Are You Reading?, where he talks about like the different reasons why people read and how other people might make value judgments about other people's reasons for reading, which I thought was such a really interesting and useful video, because I do think there is sometimes a value judgment from some people about how people read and why people read. In general, I just think Brian is such a wise person, and I really, really loved that video, so I'll link that down below. And while we're talking about kind of interesting discussion videos, Jen the Librarian made a great one about whether or not books should be published after an author's death, which I thought was fantastic. And Andreea from Infinite Text made a really good video a few months ago with sort of tips for making reading easier and less overwhelming, which I'd highly recommend as well. There has always, as ever, been some amazing classics content on Booktube in the last few months. Anna-Marie from Actual Spinster did a great video called What is Modernism, about what modernism is, so I would highly recommend that video. I'll leave that link down below. Lucy the Reader did a great video recommending spooky classics, which I loved, and Milena Reeds did a great video with kind of 8 cozy classics for beginners, another fantastic video. I'll leave link down below. And then way back in May, quite a long time ago now, Charlotte from Coney Reads did a fantastic video called Classic Novels to Read in Your 20s, which I just thought was really, really wonderful. I'm pretty sure Charlotte posted this video like literally just before I posted my Booktube highlights video 6 months ago, and I remember being like, oh, I've already filmed it and edited it, so I can't include that video. I'll just include it into the next one, which I'll do really soon. And then it was still on my list, and it's been 6 months, but it's a fantastic video. I still highly recommend going to watch it. Another thing I've been really enjoying in the last month or two is Nicole from A Day of Small Things videos about going back to university to do an English literature MA at Durham. I have just been loving her sort of study vlogs so much. I think partly there's like a big added extra element of nostalgia for me, because I went to Durham University for my undergrad. I did history and English literature joint honours there. So I'm really enjoying just like seeing Durham Library and stuff, which I appreciate is not the reaction everyone will have, but I genuinely think they're really fun videos. And if you're interested in kind of studying literature in an academic setting or anything like that, then I think you'll find Nicole's videos really fascinating. I also wanted to mention a few videos of people talking about their absolute favourite books, which is something I always absolutely love. So Jennifer Loves Books did a really great video talking about her all-time favourite books, and Willow from Willow Talks Books also made some videos, one which talks about her favourite books and one which talks about her favourite authors. I just really enjoy watching people talk about their favourite books of all time and seeing their like general excitement about their favourite books and favourite authors. So I really recommend those videos if you haven't seen them already. And then finally, before I move on to some Victober Booktube highlights, I also wanted to mention a few videos that Katya from Page Turners with Katya recently posted. So in 2025, she is running this sort of big, exciting reading project called Reading the Globe, and it's sort of separated into 3 strands. So there's Reading the Globe, the sort of main contemporary literature strand, which she's hosting with Ros from Scally Dandling About the Books. And then there's also a Reading the Globe YA strand, which she's running with Jack from Spread Bookjoy, where they're reading middle grade and YA from around the world. And then Katya also has a final Reading the Globe classics strand, where she's reading classics from around the globe. And I just think that these 3 reading projects sound so exciting. So I'll leave all of Katya's videos down below, but if you're someone who's interested in reading more international literature, more global literature in 2025, then I feel like these would just be amazing projects to take part in. I am really excited to take part in them. I kind of just want to read as many books as possible from the 3 lists, but realistically, I'm probably not going to join in for every single book, but I definitely want to join in for quite a few. There's a Discord server where there'll be lots of exciting discussions as well, so I'll leave all of Katya's announcement videos and also the announcement videos from Ros and Jack for the elements that they're hosting as well. And I just think this sounds like a really fantastic reading project for 2025. So if anybody is interested in reading more books from around the world, then you might want to check that out. And then finally, I have a bunch of excellent videos from Victober that I wanted to mention, as Victober has, I was about to say only just finished. It is mid-November now, but you know, in my mind and in my heart, Victober is only just gone. So I'll start off with a few amazing videos from my Victober co-hosts. Marissa from Blakely Bookish made a fantastic video of sort of best Victorian books for beginners, which I really enjoyed. Ros from Scally Dandling About the Books did some amazing videos in Victober, and I especially loved her videos about Victorian theatre because that was her prompt, her challenge for this Victober. She made a wonderful video about Oscar Wilde, another great one about Dion Boucicault, and also a video about Victorian women in theatre. And all of these videos were just so like rich and fascinating. So if you have any interest in Victorian theatre or just Victorian literature, Victorian history at all, then do go and watch those videos. Kate Howe also made a really wonderful ranking of Charlotte Mary Young's novels this Victober, which made me really, really excited and interested to read more by Charlotte Mary Young. And there was also another really wonderful video on Kate's channel, which I feel like you will find interesting if you love Victorian literature, where Kate's friend Daryl Freeson, who is a musician, a piano player, tried to look into musical history and the text of Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell to work out what piano piece the main character Molly Gibson is playing at one point in the book, and then he found the music for the piece that he thinks they're probably playing and played it. And Kate put this video on her channel, and it's just so cool. Like, if you love Wives and Daughters, I think you'll find it fascinating, and it's a beautiful piece. Like, Daryl is an exceptionally talented musician. And yeah, that was just amazing and such a like surprise different kind of video, so I really recommend that one too. And then Elizabeth at a Literary Princess did some fantastic Victober videos too. I'd especially recommend her author spotlight about Margaret Oliphant, which was fantastic. I'll leave that down below, and if you are interested in Margaret Oliphant at all as an author, then you absolutely have to watch that one. Anna Marie from Actual Spinster did a fantastic video about socialist Victorian books and about socialism within the Victorian period. That was really fascinating. And I also really enjoyed Eric Carl Anderson's review of The Woman in White. From Bookshelf Oddity did a fantastic individual book review as well of Sylvia's Lovers, which then kind of evolved into a ranking of all the Elizabeth Gaskell books he's read so far. He still has Wives and Daughters to go, and you know, Wives and Daughters is amazing, so that's very exciting. Anyway, that is a lot of amazing videos and a lot of amazing booktubers that I have enjoyed over the last few months. Please do go and have a watch of all of these channels and all of these videos. They are all amazing. They'll all be linked down below. Do let me know down in the comments any booktubers that you have stumbled across in the last few weeks, months. I'm always interested to find new booktubers, especially those that love classics and historical fiction. Otherwise, that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another bookish video.